The worst part about that is you make it look easy. That's not fair, man. That's not fair. Hi, I'm CJ at Pro Audio Star, and today I am here with Charles. If you are not familiar with him, you should definitely just Google him, Charles the bass player, and I'm sure it will come up with way too many YouTube videos to match. But Charles, why don't you tell us a little bit about your career, like what you do on a day-to-day, and like your community as well, your online community,
Yeah, I mean, some mostly a YouTuber, online social media musician. I do play live as well, but social media is kind of the main thing right now. I make videos that are mostly just crazy bass solos. Sometimes they're originals, like that one. Sometimes they're covers of pop songs. I have this Hardest Song in the World series where I take a song like Toxic by Britney Spears and then make it an insane bass solo. So
Gotcha.
that's kind of my thing. And then on a daily basis, I'm mostly filming or editing. I do basically everything myself, except the thumbnails, which my wife does.
Oh.
And on my teaching channel, I have someone editing it. But other than that, it's all me editing and recording and all of that sort of thing.
The one-man team. I get it, man. The more content creators we talk to, it's always like, I'm doing everything. Like, really?
Yeah, it's definitely not easy.
Yeah.
But you can figure it all out. You can do it all yourself. And the thing is, you've got to be putting out content so quickly and regularly that it's actually kind of easier in some ways to do it all yourself, because otherwise you gotta like send it to the editor, wait for them to edit it, they send it back, there might be revisions. It might take actually almost as long to do it like that than to just do it yourself.
So I'm here with Charles today because we are talking about music gear. Surprise. We're talking about Laney Amps today. Laney has unveiled a whole new line of amplifiers in their Foundry Series. And Charles is here today to talk about them a little bit and show them off. As you can see, there's a pretty substantial wall of Laney bass behind me. There's a lot of bass in this room. Not enough basses, but there is a lot of bass amps in this room.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talk about it a little bit. Like, what's your experience with Laney, Ben? How'd you get involved with them? Or have you been playing on Laney stuff for a while? Or
I've been working with Laney for about a year now, I would say. My first interaction with Laney, though, was back when I was in school. And I was in like the school concert band, and I remember they would make me, it was like the one bass amp in the school. The Laney amp was somehow always in the furthest possible building from where we were rehearsing. And then I would like arrive at rehearsal and be like, yeah, the bass amp's not here again, is it? And they'd be like, no. They'd be like, okay. So I have to like go to the furthest possible building, pick it up. It was, I don't know, it's probably like the size of that one, maybe slightly bigger. And I'd have to just carry it.
And how old were you?
Just like 13 or something. Yeah. But anyway, now in present times, the experience has got a lot better. And I have a Digbeth, like a regular Digbeth at home, 500 watt.
Yeah.
And I use it in the studio for recording and practicing and all of that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. Really like the sound of it. I really like just the blend of the vintage with the modern. It's got the character of vintage, but the clarity of modern, which is perfect for me. And so that's the regular Digbeth, but here we've got the Digbeth Foundry range, which is very similar to Digbeth, but it's the sort of more budget-friendly, slightly more entry-level version of Digbeth.
Yeah.
But you've got most of the same features.
Yeah. Let's go through the line and just talk about it real quick.
Sure. So we have 4 combos and a head.
Okay.
So this one is the DBF 30.
Okay.
So you got a 30 watt, a 50, 100, and a 200.
Okay.
watt.
So basically like perfect combo sizes.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And 30 has an 8-inch speaker,
Cool.
and then you got the 50, right? Yeah, the 50, which is a 10-inch speaker, the 100, which is a 12-inch speaker, and then the 200, which is 15-inch speaker.
Got it.
And then that's the 200-watt head.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And that's the one he was just playing through. It sounds really cool, man. It's strange because I mean we've demoed a lot of Laney products here, and like normally on bass amps and amplifiers in general, you can kind of tell when something's lower watt, higher watt, or whatever. No, not really the case here. It sounds just as big as some of the other amps, which is very, very cool.
Maybe later we'll plug into the 30-watt.
Yeah.
And it's actually pretty impressive how loud and how much low end there is with it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool. It's very, very deceiving.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it doesn't look like it would pack much of a punch, but it really does.
The entry level stuff is like under $400-ish, something like that. And
Yeah.
I think the whole range is under $1,000.
Yeah.
That's really solid for like a professional gigging amp. Like there's not too many options out there for bass amps. So I feel like this is a very nice addition to the world of being a bass player.
Yeah, definitely. And you've kind of got, the 30-watt, for example, is obviously the smallest and the most designed for sort of your first foray into the bass world,
Yeah.
and the panel is a bit simplified, so
Yeah.
it doesn't have all of the knobs that, for example, this one has.
Mm.
And that's done deliberately to make it a bit more of just a sort of fun, intuitive experience for someone who's maybe buying their first bass amp.
Yeah.
They don't want to get bogged down with like which mid frequency they're cutting or
Yeah.
boosting or something like that. They just want to be able to plug in, play, have fun.
Yeah.
So you got, that, but then you've also got like the 200-watt, which has the full spectrum of controls and is definitely suitable for playing in like a medium-sized venue and obviously any rehearsal or studio situation as well. Yeah.
I mean, do you have a favorite?
I like the 100-watt 12-inch.
Nice.
It's it's the perfect level of sort of, it's got that fat low end, but it's also crisp.
Nice.
Which every time I'm talking about tone, I always say the same thing. I want like fat low end but crisp definition as well. And the 12-inch speaker, I think, is the ideal way to achieve that.
But let's play some tones through this.
Sure.
Just show it off a little bit, and then we'll work our way down. We'll go from the head amp all the way to the smallest guy, which is the 30.
Yep.
Right? Yeah. Cool. So this is the head amp through our 2x12 cab. And for the record, the 2x12 cab that we have here is a more expensive Digbeth version. So it sounds great. I don't think there's going to be a huge difference though, in terms of quality. So
Yeah.
let's hear you rip on it a little bit.
Cool.
Very nice. Very, very nice. And it's cool. It cuts, it's thunderous, it's great. It's a very good head amp.
Yeah, very balanced.
Yeah. It typically, because you said you have a Digbeth at home, is there anything that you find yourself adjusting when you're recording, or do you kind of run with it the same no matter what?
Usually pretty much exactly the same. Kind of like what I showed earlier with the running to the bridge pickup.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do that, but in addition, I'll boost the mid and I'll go to, I'll just show you. So I'll do this and then this.
Ooh.
And then you get, again, this kind of nice. That kind of nice sound.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely pops. It's funny how just that little adjustment made a world of difference.
Yeah, so right now we're in the middle, which is the blend of the drive and the clean signal. Yeah.
Okay. I see you being sneaky over there. Nice. That's beefy. That's really, really beefy.
Yeah.
Do you ever use the full drive sound by itself, or do you prefer the mix?
I prefer a mix. I prefer having at least a little bit of the clean in there.
Yeah.
It's pretty rare that I go full drive.
Yeah.
I just find that full drive can start sounding a little bit muddy, a little bit hard to hear the individual notes.
Yeah.
Just start sounding like a sort of general, like, you know what I mean?
Just flatline compression.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody has this collective experience of being like young and being like, oh, the gain knob.
Yeah.
And then as you get older, you're like, I actually want to hear what I'm playing.
Yep.
So maybe I should just like turn that to like 1.
Yep.
And
Definitely.
add a little boost or whatever. And it's like, oh, okay, now that sounds fantastic, you know?
Definitely.
Hot tip for if you're younger and watching this. Yeah, turn the gain down. I promise it'll sound better. You might need to work on your playing, but it'll sound better. But yeah, I definitely understand having the mix, especially for like the style of playing that you do too, having the like the cleaner high end pop out of kind of like the muddy distortion or the fuzz tones, like that definitely makes sense for you.
Yeah, definitely.
Do we want to try it just to hear it?
Sure. Yeah, we can do that.
Up, right?
Yep. Thank you.
Okay. Very cool.
Yeah.
What's it sound like higher up on the fretboard? Is it? That's cool. It sounds like a maxed out like channel fader.
Yeah.
I really, really dig that. That's
Yeah.
really punk.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So let's move down the line. That sounds incredible for a 8-inch speaker.
Yeah.
That's loud, man. That's loud, and it's got a lot of rumble. It's got a lot of low end.
You're not allowed to say that word.
Oh,
That word's banned here.
it's got a lot of grumble. It's got a lot of grumblies. It's it's a very lumbering sound. But
Yeah.
it's got a lot of low end. That's really cool. A lot of the times those little 8-inch combos are, I mean, they're dead almost. They sound like cans.
Definitely.
Yeah, so that's surprising. Well, that sounds phenomenal for 30 watts and a 8-inch speaker. Yeah, that's really, really cool. I think people have bigger speakers in their house for like most like home audio stuff. Honestly,
Yeah.
that's cool. It thumps. It definitely thumps.
Yeah. Do you want to hear the drive sound on this?
Yeah, I'd love to.
So this one,
It has drive too.
yeah, it has a drive switch. It doesn't have a separate drive volume.
Mm-hmm.
So the way you get more drive is you turn up the volume. So now you're going to hear
All right.
this thing get pretty loud.
Nice. Yeah, it's loud for 30 watts. That's loud enough. That's loud enough. There's a lot of definition in this speaker. That's really cool. It's great. I mean, like, not hating on the 30 watt here. He did his best, but the 50 has like a lot more. It feels like it just has a bigger frequency range, and I'm guessing that's just because it's a larger speaker.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But that's sick, man. And I noticed when I was plugging this one in, it has individual drive volume as well, so you can get the mix.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing between the two of them, for a little bit more money, you get like the independent control. You get like just better controls in general and a little bit more oomph.
Exactly.
Do you play guitar as well or no?
A little bit, but not much.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's funny because when guitarists play bass, people always say, "Oh, you play bass like a guitar," but you play bass like a guitar, but you don't play guitar. I'm not gonna ask any more questions. Let's just move on to the next amplifier. That's making everything in the room shake, and now I'm a little scared of plugging in the 200. I've also noticed that this is all these things are all these amps are extremely light too, which has been, I think, the most impressive part about all this is they're extremely powerful for such low watt like bass amplifiers. And I mean, that one, I moved it. I thought I was actually going to use two hands, and I could have almost used two fingers.
Yeah. No, they're light. And another interesting thing is that they have these kind of squidgy feet.
Yeah.
So that even though they're light, if you're playing them loudly at a gig or something, they're not going to start like sliding around on the stage. You know, if you like really crank some amps, they start like moving around on the stage.
I definitely got to hand it to Laney for putting thought into the product when it comes to keeping the amps in one spot. You think that wouldn't be a science? All right, so let's talk about the 100 a little bit. Obviously, it has a lot more. I wouldn't say a lot more, but it has more stuff than these guys do.
Yeah. Yeah. So the big difference in terms of controls between the 100 and the 50 is now it introduces the mid-frequency selector. So you don't have to just either cut everything or like the one frequency that the pre-shape selects. You get to choose between the lowest of the mids or the second lowest or the highest or the second highest. You get a bit more control over exactly what you want your EQ to be.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
And then I think does this one have like the independent volume for like the drive section too?
Yes.
And the mix?
Yeah.
Is the cleans, are they like just cleans, or are they like the FET cleans like from some of the other amplifiers?
Yeah, the FET cleans.
That's cool.
Yeah, so you got the like really, really solid state sound.
Yeah.
And then with drive, you get a bit more of that tube vibe.
Nice.
Yeah.
The tubes.
Yes. Tube vibe.
Well, cool. Let's try it with maybe some like the different mid frequencies, and then give the drive a shot as well. But yeah, just let loose on this one.
Sure. Yeah. So I'm doing the mid level is at about 3 right now, and I'm on the lowest frequency of the mids. So let's see how that sounds. sounds like that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Are you picking and thumping with your right hand on the lower one? I gotta watch. I'm like this close from him.
Yeah. So when I'm doing that, it's a little complicated, but it's basically tap, and then you got a slap and pop. So, and then you got another tap, and then you got a double strum like this, and then you kind of just do that over and over. And then you can add double pops in.
Yeah, he's just showing off.
Oh, it's too fun. Sorry.
Let's try out some other sounds on that.
Yeah.
Do you want me to help you so you don't have to like twist in your chair?
Sure. Yeah, that'd be nice. Everything's vibrating. Not that note.
That sounds sick.
Yeah.
The distortion on this one seems to not fuzz out as much. It's pretty defined.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Thick.
Yeah.
I can feel this in my entire body. That is awesome.
Yeah.
Nothing about that feels like overbearing either. It's very clear. It's very defined. It's not ear piercing.
Yeah, one of the things that makes it all sound so balanced actually is the fact that the speakers inside of here, they're not just like stock speakers. They're actually designed by Laney's sister company, HH Audio.
Yeah.
So they're designed for these combos specifically, which means they're perfect for the sound. They're perfect for everything else that goes into it. They've all got the HH Audio Blue series, which designed specifically for this range.
It's great. It's really, really great. There's plenty of times where I've heard bass amplifiers demoed stuff in general, and like especially when you get to higher frequency stuff, 15-inch speakers, definitely 10-inch speakers, but 15-inch speakers, where the higher wattage stuff it's ear piercing. Like like you feel the actual pop when you get up, on the neck, when you start slapping and stuff like that. This just doesn't do that. I don't know if it's compressing those frequencies a little bit, but it sounds great.
Yeah, no, it's easy on the ears, definitely.
Yeah. Easy on the ears is nice. I like things being loud, just not killing me, you know?
I agree.
Yeah. Let's try the distortion.
Sure.
Everything in the room just shook. What was the last note?
F. God.
It's a ship coming in, man.
I love how, like, as we got bigger and bigger combos, everything shook more and more.
Yeah. You know, everything is still standing and kind of in one piece, so I think we're good.
Just don't ever go up to like a 20-inch speaker or something. This whole thing is just going to come down.
I could see it happening tomorrow. Oh, yeah, the ventilation duct fell from the ceiling. What happened? Oh, those Laney guys were here again.
This is the bass guy.
No, that's it. I mean, as a range in general, this is a great selection of amplifiers at an affordable cost. So do you still stand by the 12-inch being your favorite, or is it now the 15 that almost destroyed the building?
I think I still like the 12-inch the most.
Yeah.
It's not my goal to take down buildings. I mean, it would be
What
fun.
kind of bass player are you?
I know, not very bass player-ish of me. Yeah. But, you could probably do it with the 12 as well. You crank it up high enough.
Yeah.
You could probably take this thing down if we wanted to.
God, yeah. Well, so now that we've talked about all the products and stuff, I would like to talk about, a little bit more of your playing style, what you do, and your channel and all that stuff. I mean, I think the first video I ever saw you play, you had a bass that had like 5 different extended tuners on it, so you could change the tuning frequently. I think you were playing Careless Whisper or something like that, or something along those lines. This was a long time ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, where did you develop that, or what got you into that essentially?
Yeah, it's actually been a while since I've played a bass with all the detuners on it. But yeah, I mean, I think what really got me into soloistic bass playing in general was watching Victor Wooten, to be honest. And I started out on classical piano, should say that as well. So I was very used to the feeling of playing alone, accompanying yourself. But when I watched Victor Wooten play his like arrangement of Overjoyed and Amazing Grace and Norwegian Wood and his originals too.
Yeah.
That's when I realized that bass can be an amazing solo instrument.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to just be accompanying all the time. And so I kind of started copying him and, a lot of my other heroes like Marcus Miller. And yeah, initially I was just sort of copying their style. I think that's actually a really good way to learn initially, is to just copy your favorite musicians, try and get their DNA into your playing. And then I sort of just started taking it as far as I can, trying to develop my own style. If someone asked me like what style of music I play, I guess I would sum it up with like bass forward, funky rock.
Bass forward.
Because if I just say funky rock, that doesn't really get the lead bass element of it across.
Forward funky rock. It sounds like a college course.
Yeah.
Which you're gonna teach one, right? We were talking about that actually.
Yeah. Technically, I'm teaching at a college. Teaching at Berkeley in a few weeks. Victor Wooten's going to be there, and I'm going to do a jam with him as well. So that's going to be.
So you're going to try to jam and not spontaneously combust.
Yes. Yeah, I'm going to try my best to actually enjoy it.
So first off, since we're demoing gear, is there a go-to riff that you have, like for when you demo stuff?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny, the last few things like this we've done, I've played this riff over and over again. They're probably so sick of hearing it by now. It's like the 15th time I've played it.
Is it from something or?
No, that's actually an exercise that I made for I have a Patreon where I have like bass lessons and exercises. And that's just one of them. I always try and make the exercises pretty musical and actually something you would want to play rather than just like, let's slap the E major scale or something. It's like...
What's the matter? You don't like the chromatic scale over and over again and then shifting up and then playing it down over and over again?
It's not the most inspiring practice routine. Like, it can be useful sometimes, but it's also fun to practice actual riffs and things like that. So yeah, that's just an exercise from one of my Patreon things.
How many like subscribers on your Patreon do you have?
Well, it's interesting now on Patreon. You've got like the free and the paid.
Yeah.
So total, it's 11. It's actually about to get up to 12,000. Yeah.
Wow, 12,000 students is a lot, man.
Yeah.
That's a lot of students. That's
Yeah.
more than any high school or most college classes. Yeah, that's a lot of students.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you will never have to meet all of them at the same time. That would be.
Yeah. I mean, unless we're playing in a arena gig or something, then that would be fun.
That's too many bass players in one spot.
One of the things I do a lot is obviously tapping, but with like independent lines in each hand. So then like the left hand, you've got this walking bass line. But then like playing a melody in the right hand at the same time. So I kind of have exercises that help you get used to that feeling, because it's obviously really weird at first to be playing something in your left hand that's very different from what's going on in the right hand.
Yeah.
So I have some things that introduce you to that more slowly.
I find more and more as, especially with like content creation and as the internet expands and our music community expands, I find more of us playing our stringed instruments like pianos.
Yeah, that's true.
Which I'm like not against, but like it's there's a lot of the two-hand involvement and not the traditional way for guitar. So it's cool.
Yeah, and especially this type of thing where, because you've got this kind of tapping, like that type of tapping, which is really cool, but it's not really pianistic. It's like you're playing a single line.
Yeah.
So whereas playing two separate lines, now you're starting to really be playing a piano on its side.
You've got your Patreon, you've got your YouTube channel, you've got a lot of followers, if I remember correctly, right?
On YouTube, I've got 2 million.
Yeah.
And then on Instagram, I've got 750K.
Yeah. Have you got the chance to play with any of your? I mean, you're gonna get the chance to play with Victor Wooten. Is there anybody else memorable that you're just like, oh, like I got to play with them finally? Or,
a big one recently was Mike Shinoda from Linkin Park.
Oh wow!
Which interestingly, I was playing piano, not bass.
Huh?
Yeah. So I got an email from his manager saying, "Do you want to do a session with Mike Shinoda from Linkin Park?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't know. Let's see. Am I free that day? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll do it." Linkin Park were one of my favorite bands. So I did a session with him. We were we're doing his new single, Already Over.
Yeah.
And then we played Castle of Glass, one of those Linkin Park songs.
Yeah.
Filmed it and recorded it in London. Yeah, that was a really cool experience. Thought it was a scam at first, so it was mostly just, I like really made sure it wasn't a scam.
Yeah.
I kind of just like went with it. I was like, okay, let's see what happens. He's probably gonna like ask my credit card details at some point.
Yeah.
Then he like sends me a flight confirmation. I was like, oh, this is actually real. It's actually happening. Okay.
Right. For your live setup, you're running a quad, and then you normally, I'm guessing, just go into the house, right? Or maybe bring a head amp with you sometimes, if circumstances give.
Most of the time, it's just quad into PA, which is great for flights. You can just put this in a checked bag, call it a day. That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to start getting the Digbeth involved in the live stuff too.
Yeah.
It's interesting playing with or without a cab.
Yeah.
It's like without the cab, you don't get the feeling as much. You don't have the air moving. You don't have the stage vibrating as much.
Yeah. If you have the chance, go follow Charles on his channel on YouTube. We're going to link it right there for you to follow. Go check out his Patreon as well. If you want to play bass and you want to play it like a piano, he's the man to follow and he's the man to learn from. You can play bass regular. But he has many educational courses out there that you can find that'll help your daily routine, good habits to pick up, cool things to try that you might not have thought of. I would definitely check that out. Before we get out of here, I would love to have you play some more riffs just because you're here, and I would love to have you play some more riffs.
Sure.
But Is there any like kind of advice you can give to younger bass players aside from buying one of these Laney Foundry Series amps?
Yeah, I think the sort of biggest piece of advice I would give someone who's like more beginner or maybe just in the start of their sort of journey of trying to improve or become a professional, whatever it is that you want to do. I think posting on social media actually has a lot more benefits than you'd expect beyond just trying to like get famous or whatever it is, like posting on social media, it's gonna get people to know who you are, but also it's gonna help you grow quite a bit because you're gonna be recording yourself and filming yourself, which means you get to hear and see how you can improve. There've been loads of times where I've struggled with something and then I've filmed myself trying to do it and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not doing it well because like my finger's doing something really weird there or whatever it is. So filming yourself, recording yourself and uploading, it's got a lot of benefits to it. And also if you have aspirations of, becoming professional, having a following is one of the absolute best things you can do.
Show me some of your favorite riffs, man. All
right.
I gotta know.
Sure. Actually, I'll play you something. This is one of the first bass solos that I wrote, like proper bass solos, start to finish. Wrote it probably like 10 years ago.
Careful what you say. I'm going to have you define a proper bass.
More than 30 seconds long.
Got it. Got it. I don't think that was a solo, man. It was like a Paganini piece. That's insane. Wow. How long ago did you write that?
Yeah, so that one was about 10 years ago. That was when I was really in like peak tapping. That's like all I did at that point. Yeah. But I was like, you can hear it's also very classically inspired. So
very classically inspired.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's phenomenal though. It sounds, it's good, man. It's insane. It really is. So, I mean, you said peak tapping and stuff. So I'm guessing you ebb and flow on like what play styles you probably, vary from or gravitate towards, throughout your career or when you're making videos or when you're building courses and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I worked on tapping a lot and I got, to the point where I can play something completely different in my left from my right hand and got very intricate with it and stuff. And I'm really glad I did all of that. But also at some point I realized that I can tap really well, but I'm not really that good at slap and some of the other aspects of bass that are also really important. And nothing wrong with that at all. I think it's fine to like get, really focus on one thing and get really good at that. But at some point, if you want to play a wide range of stuff, you've got to practice the other stuff too. And so, yeah, back then was just 100% tapping for a few years. Yeah.
Well, I mean, what's the peak slap thing that you think you've done besides the exercise that they've all heard 150 times or whatever?
Peak slap thing.
Yeah.
I'd say the peak slap thing is probably not my thing. I don't think I've written anything that's like as hard as this thing, which is Victor Wooten.
There was harmonics in that while slapping. That's nuts. Whoa. I feel like I trip over myself all the time now when I play guitar. That was, yeah. Because, I mean, you're a big Victor Wooten fan, so I'm sure you'd know his, like, Amazing Grace version and stuff like that. So do you find the harmonic thing playing a role in a lot of your writing, or is it just kind of like a little flair at this point you throw in sometimes?
Yeah, I'd say that's more accurate. Yeah. It's not like something that I've never written like a full composition that's all harmonics or like mostly harmonics.
Yeah, whereas, it's already been done, right?
Yeah. Amazing Grace is like 90% harmonics. Yeah. So yeah, no, I throw them in every now and then for fun, but it's not like one of my main writing techniques, I think.
You also have a very interesting looking bass in your hands, and I'm guessing that's your signature.
It is. Yeah, this is the Schecter CB4.
Okay.
There's also the Schecter CB6. And depending on when this video is released, there may also be the Schecter CB5.
Cool.
That's the newest one. Not released as of right now, but might be when this video comes out. And yeah, I think it's a great bass. Otherwise I wouldn't have released it. There were some specific features that I really wanted to have on a signature bass. Like it's got a very deep cutaway here, which most basses don't have. So you can get up to these really high frets really easily. A lot of the time I'm playing a bass, and when I'm trying to play up here, I'm like going over like this, because the body gets in the way. So the deep cutaway was very important. The pickups, the EMG 45HZ, what I was just saying earlier about tone with like the fat low end, the crisp highs, this does that perfectly.
Nice.
And that's really important, obviously. And then, you've got your, treble mid bass, you've got a blend knob here. I'm usually right in the middle, so both pickups equally, and it gets this type of tone. But then sometimes I roll back a little bit to the bridge, especially when I'm tapping in a band context. Because that just gives it a bit more of that mid tone, which I find when I'm tapping in a band, if I don't have the mids, then the highs get lost in the hi-hat. And you can hear like the root of what I'm playing, but all of like the middle tapping notes just get completely lost in the mix.
Gotcha.
So if I want to play with a band but tap and cut through, I just roll that back a little bit, and then we're good.
Gotcha. So, I mean, when you're designing a signature model, obviously you want the thing to sell. So I'm guessing you try to make this as usable as possible in a band context, but also kind of just true to your nature and what you want as well. Was there anything like specifically done to the pickups or the actual preamp itself? Like, is there something different or unique from other ones?
No, the pickups are EMG 45HC. It hasn't been like modified in any way. The one thing I would say I did to make sure that you could play it in pretty much any style is just to keep the look of this bass nothing too crazy. Like I didn't do some like crazy tie-dye pattern or something, and then you can only play it in like a psychedelic band, or it's like I really wanted this bass to be something that anyone can go out and buy. Maybe they know me, maybe they don't. Yeah. But they can kind of make it their own. Yeah. And it has all the features that I want on it, but it's also not like something that screams, this is Charles Berthoud's bass and no one else can play it,
I've been CJ here at Pro Audio Star.
I'm Charles Berthoud.
Definitely check out his YouTube channel. And of course, you can buy all of these Laney products here at proaudiostar.com. Stop by the Brooklyn showroom in Brooklyn, New York. Come say hi. We're here. We don't bite or yell much. But we have plenty of guitars, amplifiers for you to check out. We do also buy used gear, and we do accept trade-ins too. So that's a new thing that we're doing. If you would like to offer up something to sell to us, send us a message or stop on by. But thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to hit subscribe and hit that little bell icon when you get the chance so you know when we post new content. Thank you guys so much. Have an awesome day.